indigenous groups among themselves, and that they have a peaceful people there in Japan. They never had any weapons. And one group that I met are from Okinawa, and that island is peaceful people that they've never had any weapons.
What's the name of this tribe?
I don't know.
Did they ask you to come to speak to them, or
yes,
how did you happen to?
They had this celebration coming up, remembrance of the World War II, of the bombing of Hiroshima. Mm-hmm. Yeah, mm-hmm. and they, I guess they have a yearly remembrance of it, of what happened there, and because the person is a well-known musician, and is from Okinawa, and through his music he has been going to different parts of Japan and other parts, and I think he was in the United States too. And I was around San Francisco, California area, in New York, and even out into the Onondaga tribes, and just listen to, just like yourself, listen to people talk to him and all that. And now has a group of people working as the peacemakers, or seeking peace from all nations. And so there was a seat opening, like a Senate seat in Japan, and he was called on to if he wants to run for that seat, and because the people that informed me knew that he was seeking for peace, and the prime minister there is wanting to change that peace among Japan. In the Japan Constitution, they have an article saying that there will be no more wars. And this happened after the World War II.
That Japan would no longer take part in an army in ever war.
Right. But now this current prime minister is saying that he wants to take that article out and make the Japanese a more active army. That means they want to have alliance with other nations to become active army. And he's from this person is from a peaceful group, and wanted to force that upon Japan and not have this person, prime minister, take that article out of their constitution. So he did become a senator to their council, or whatever they call it, parliament, I guess. Mm-hmm. And then there was another individual, already a senator, had the same philosophy about peace. And so now there's two people in the Senate wanting to make keep their article in there and have no wars at all. And so he had invited some people from different nations. There was China was invited. Korea, North and South Korea was invited. Vietnam people were invited. India was invited. Thailand was invited. Africa, about 2-3 groups of Africans were invited. What is the other places? Onondagas were invited.
Onondagas were invited?
Yeah. And so there was a group of people that they knew that are wanting to have peace throughout the world. And that was a gathering of that remembrance of that Hiroshima, and that they don't want anything to do with the nuclear weapons or use. And they also wanted to just ban wars world over. That was his thing. and that's how I got invited to go over there and talk about the Hopi philosophy about peace. And Onondaga was invited because they have almost the same philosophy, but it's more deeper than that. This person knew that Six Nations was the one that had the democratic system, and that the United States, when they were just being established, they used their system of democracy to get their constitution. He's even thinking of making Okinawa an independent nation from Japan.
Now, is this guy the senator?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So he's a singer and he's a senator.
Singer and a senator. And how he campaigned was through his concerts throughout Japan.
Oh, I need to write his name down. I have to order one of those.
And his name is, his motto is no wars but celebrations. And the other is change all
music.
All weapons.
All weapons into musical instruments.
All weapons into musical instruments.
That stickers that I gave you?
That's his motto, and that's what he wants to push.
So when you were told that you kept the balance along with other people around the world, this is one of those other tribes.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And the Tibetan Buddhist is probably another tribe.
Yes.
And I believe there's probably something going on in Mexico, in the Yucatan.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, we're going to Belize in a couple of months. And I was going to start putting some feelers out because I believe there might be that vibration down there. So Hopi was given the North American continent, pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
And these others were assigned other parts of the planet.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know who all the different wisdom keepers are?
No.
Or you're just discovering them one as they come forward? Because that would be very powerful if all of those different wisdom keepers on the planet joined together.
That's right. That's right.
You know, I guess you are. You're being brought together now.
Because the way Hopi knows it is that when we started migrating to different directions, some people stayed in different areas, and that's how we know that they are part of us.
So actually, they all came through the emergence, and they were all, and some stopped and became Mayans and Aztecs. Now,
Exactly.
the white race did not get their instructions. Did they?
They did get their everybody got their instructions prior to the migration.
Did the white race? Was it because we took the witch with us?
Yes.
Okay, so that was where the problems began.
They made they knew the covenant, but because of the negative temptations, they took it and they went ahead and really make use of that. That we already know that they're going to become much
Powerful.
more power, and they're going to use that power to change the world,
Which we've done.
which you've done. And just like he's talking about, they're going to be the ones to why is this happening? Why? Let's really investigate. Let's really dig into it and find out if that's true.
Now, when you mean the white race would be the one to scientifically look into everything?
They're going to be the ones to really find out what is Hopi like. Or everything, yeah.
Well, I'm not sure what you're saying here, Radford. What you're saying is the white race would eventually come to really find out what the Hopi knowledge was?
Yes. If it's really true what the covenant is, they're going to be the ones to do that. But if not that, they're going to come and we believe them as a brother. So they're going to come, and if there's a dire need to survive, they're supposed to come together, and they're supposed to make that